everybody, I'm Brad Ellis and I'm here at Craighead Green Gallery in Dallas, Texas today. I've got a show going here and wanted you to come with me and you can check it out. So let's mask up and go inside. We'll have a look at some of my latest paintings. I've got about 9 pieces in this show that were all completed, started in 2019 and completed earlier this year. The title of my show is Altered States, and the reason for that was when I started working on these new cutout paintings, I was envisioning looking at a map and you see how state lines or countries are formed, and I decided I wanted to make my own states. And it was also a way for me to get outside of the traditional rectangle or square in a painting, so I designed these and had them fabricated in birch. And I was pleased with how they turned out. Some of them have a grid pattern behind them, others are free-floating. But the idea behind this new batch of abstract paintings, which by the way are all collage and encaustic, it was just a way of thinking about altered states, whether it's an altered state of mind, whether it's a different way of making a painting. And then of course the pandemic came along and that really altered everyone's states in so many ways, culturally and otherwise. So that seemed to be a fitting title for this batch of work. So anyway, why don't you come this way and we'll look at some of the other pieces. This piece happens to be called Halcyon Days, and it is an altered state in some ways with a painting on top of a painting. So I was experimenting again with something that was a little more sculptural and a little bit more three-dimensional. On this side we have the last days of Pompeii. So I found this great old book about Pompeii, and the pages were all weathered and yellowed, and so I decided to use that and to create an underlying grid pattern for the rest of the abstract imagery to sort of float on top of. And with some of these other pieces, these were, again, part of the cutout series in the various ways that I approached making these altered state kind of pieces. And you know, not all of the paintings are cutouts. We still have 4 feet by 5 feet canvas. Again, this is a painting called Some Forgotten Space. So I'm not sure where this is, but I think it's in some kind of an altered universe or environment. So really, that's about it. Lots of color in this show. It was fun working on these pieces. You know, so much of it was made in isolation. And here we are now in a public gallery, but not a whole lot of public around. That's just the times we live in. But if you want to see some art, I hope you'll get out, come to Craighead Green. The show will be up until October the 2nd. And it's also, they represent a lot of other great artists as well. So mask up and come to the gallery.